Good morning.
Good morning.
In this class, we will discuss about the EK diagram. EK diagram is nothing but a graph between the energy and vector k. Before we discussing about the EK diagram, we must know about the band structure. Band structure. Band structure. We know that band structure, from the band structure, we know that there are a, this is your energy, there are a valence band, this is your valence band, and this is your conduction band. There is a energy gap between the valence band and conduction band. For insulator, there is a large difference, about 5 electron volt, and there is a overlapping between the valence band and conduction band in conductor, and there is a very small energy gap between the valence band and conduction band of about Eg is about 1 electron volt, and this is your valence band and this is your conduction band. At 0 Kelvin, all valence band is filled with electrons and the conduction band is empty. As the temperature rises at T degree, about room temperature 300 Kelvin, then electrons goes from valence band to conduction band and holes create in valence band. This is your about band structure, semiconductor. The band structure says the why the mm, any materials are insulator and conductor, but explain it does not explain that why this is happening. This is explained on the basis of EK diagram. If we plot a graph between energy, if we plot a graph between energy and a vector k, then we find a graph like this. This is your EK diagram. This is your EK diagram. This is your 0, pi by a, minus pi by a, and this is the repetition. This is the repetition of this first Brillouin zone. If we know all about this first Brillouin zone, then we will know all about the E and K. Another graph will be plotted as this. This is your EK diagram, and how EK diagram comes from. The EK diagram comes from the Schrodinger wave equation. As we know that the Schrodinger wave equation is wave equation is del 2 psi plus 2m upon h cross square E minus Vx psi is equal to 0. This is your Schrodinger wave equation, and when we know about this is potential and this is energy and this is mass of the electrons. We know from de Broglie wave, de Broglie wave, the lambda is equal to h by p, where h is a Planck's constant and p is the momentum, and this implies p is equal to h by lambda, and when we apply 2 pi by 2 pi multiply by 2 pi and divide by 2 pi, then we have h by 2 pi, h by 2 pi into 2 pi by lambda. It means p is equal to h cross by h cross into 2 pi by lambda. This is the vector k, where it is p is the crystal momentum. P is known as crystal momentum. So in sometimes we call it as energy versus k or energy versus p, crystal momentum graph, because here k is related with momentum, crystal momentum. This is the crystalline structure. Now we apply Bloch theorem. Bloch theorem states that the potential is a periodic potential in crystal. From the beginning, we know that from the free electron theory, we know that from free electron theory that potential V is constant. Constant means zero in a crystal. But in a crystal, we know that there are positive ions. This is your positive plus ions, and these atoms are arranged in a very particular way, and this is your wave function of electrons. If electrons move in a varying potential, this is your varying potential. If electrons move from this side, then potential will vary. Potential is not constant. According to the Bloch theorem. Bloch theorem says that potential is a periodic potential. Potential is a periodic potential in a crystal. This is periodic potential in a crystal, and this is given by psi is equal to uk e to the power ikx, where this is your periodic function, and this is your wave function, plane wave. This represents plane wave. Now if we solve this, if we apply this in the Schrodinger wave equation, then we find that the potential will vary. As the potential will vary, so the energy will also vary, and if we plot a graph between E and K, then we find a variable potential like this, energy like this, and this is your kinetic energy, this is your kinetic energy, and this is your potential. This is your potential. So we see that from the Schrodinger, if we plot a graph between E and K, applying Bloch's theorem in Schrodinger wave equation, then we find this like curve, and this curve represents all the phenomena of the optical and electrical property in the semiconductor. If we know only these points, first billion zone, then there is a repetition of this curve, and there is a no. This is the maxima. This is the maxima of the valence band, and this is the minimum of the conduction band, and this is, there is no wave in this portion, and this is known as energy gap, Eg. If we, and what is direct and indirect semiconductor? If there are a P, there are a, this is your K and this is your E. If coincide K with E at valence band and conduction band, then it is known as direct semiconductor, as like gallium arsenide. And if it does not coincide, this is your valence band, and this is your conduction band structure. As we know that this is minima, this is the minima of conduction band, and this is the maxima of conduction band. This is your conduction band, and this is your valence band, maximum of valence band, and this is minimum of valence band. This is your valence band, and this is your conduction band. So if does not coincide the K, this is your K, and this is your E. If does not coincide K, this is your K value, does not coincide K with E, then it is known as indirect semiconductor, as like silicon and germanium, For any optical and electrical phenomena, we prefer gallium arsenide direct semiconductor. This is all about your EK diagram. Thank you.